What's going on, Ground Roots Outdoors? That's right, it's Aaron Morstead, and welcome to this series of why my hunting season sucked this last 2022 season. And mainly, it's because I got the yips, as we call it in golf, or in archery, we call it target panic. That's right, I'm admitting it, target panic. I developed this target panic literally the first day of hunting season when I spined that deer. It threw me off. Here's a little clip of that. Yeah, that was ugly, wasn't it? Anyway, so it did something to me, and it threw me off, and I started developing this really bad slap, trigger slap. I stopped going through my processes. I mean, it was ugly, guys. And so what I started doing is, instead of going to the source of the problem, my head, and one of them's missing. I had a really expensive one, a Carter or something like that, and back tension, and oh, that sucked. I sold that quick. Good thing I got my money back. But anyway, guys, this is the one I use. It's a Scott, and I can't remember what they call it, but it's like the cheapest one I got. It's like 38 bucks, but I love the thing. I mean, it's nice and smooth trigger on it, everything. And it fits me right, okay? I got the True Ball Fang. I got whatever this is. It's got the rotating head on it, so you don't torque your string when you draw it back. And I mean, it's ugly, guys. I mean, it's ridiculous. So, guys, fighting target panic, guys. I mean, I went into full panic mode when it came to hunting. And it even went as far as I took the crossbow out and shot at a deer, and I punched the trigger on that, and it cost me a deer. It really did. Here it is. So, I didn't even know that you could have target panic whenever you crossbow hunted. And I mean, it was ugly. And so I literally, for 2 months, didn't see any animals, thank God, because I didn't have to worry about shooting at one and missing it or wounding it or whatever. But, I'm a former football coach, and I have 2 state titles. I'm, blah, blah, blah. I got all that stuff. How did I become that successful? And I became that successful as a football coach and a golf coach and all that other stuff because I practiced and I continually studied. Okay, and that's what you have to do. You have to study things. You have to find things that are going to help you. And YouTube's full of them, guys. I'm going to tell you right now. Joel Turner. I got turned on to Joel Turner from Elk Shape of all of YouTube channels. They were talking about, they were talking with Joel Turner, who his is Shot IQ, and he has a online thing. I haven't got to that yet because I'm a teacher. I don't want to spend that kind of money if I don't have to, and I don't even know how much it is. I hadn't even looked at it. I'm kind of scared to. But one thing I did do though is I document everything, guys, and I do hard document. I don't play with this stupid notebook on my phone. Don't do all that stuff. Things to do, things to fix, okay? And building ground blinds. But here he goes. I screwed up big in 2022, and that's, yeah, okay? And basically, I talked about everything that was going wrong, and it was all in my head, okay? Because I stopped doing my shot sequence, guys. I developed a shot sequence, and I've used it for years, and that's actually what's helped me to get out of target panic, because I've had target panic before, but not to this level, guys. I could not hold my pin on the target, on the bullseye. That thing would just, it would do this on purpose. Like, it was like I was intentionally making it do it, and I had no control. And so obviously, as it would move around, you'd try to get that bullseye, and as soon as that thing would, you'd slap the trigger. Can't do that crap, okay? So Joel Turner is something, take a picture and look at that picture. Once you find your target and you know that deer or that elk or whatever it is that you're going to shoot at, take that picture. Now, you're going to watch it as a movie, and you're going to worry more about your trigger, and you're going to ease into it and as slow as possible until it goes off, and it goes off when you're not expecting it. Okay, but you got to trick your mind into that, and that's what's crazy, because your mind will not actually allow you to do that. And I do suggest that you go and you listen to his podcasts, and that you do watch Elk Shape and you see what Joel Turner's talking about. But it's amazing, and I've been working on it for the last week. That's why you haven't seen any shooting videos and stuff, because guys, I'm afraid I might miss a target, and I don't want anything going wrong. So I've been working on blind bell shooting in my garage. I've been working on just some other shot sequences and stuff that I listened to the videos on and went through. And guys, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm hitting the bullseye. And the whole bullseye, better than barely hitting target or not missing it at all. So it got scary. I mean, it really did, and I don't like that. And so this is why I've been doing it. So I'm going to show you some clips on some things that I've been working on, and just let you guys know what's going on. And if you guys have any comments, anything to help with it, guys, let me know. I'm all about it, because I don't like it, and I don't want to wound any more animals because of my stupidity. And so I document things, come up with a plan of attack, and go through your sequence. Go through it. Acquire your target. Your target's acquired. Now, get your bubble level. Draw nice and smooth. Keep your pin on the target. Don't sit there and come from the bottom up or down or sides. You put your pin on that target, you draw back, and you get that anchored up right now. And then you acquire your target in the peep sight through your bow sight. And then, there's just different steps. Make sure your bubble's level. Make sure everything's ready to go, and be attentive, and be what is the word I'm looking for? Deliberate. You need to be deliberate in shooting that arrow and pulling that trigger and squeezing it, not okay. Squeeze it, and it'll release when you least expect it. And that's when I noticed that I'm hitting more bullseyes now, is because I'm finally starting to ingrain that squeeze, boom. And and not even caring about when it's going off. All I'm telling myself, squeeze, 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 and then all of a sudden I feel that tink, and it's like, whoa, almost surprises you. And it hits, boom, bullseye. So, don't believe me? Here we go. Now, I will tell you, every once in a while, I still have that slap where I will slap the trigger. And now that I'm going to have a camera in my face, it's probably going to happen a little bit more than normal. So, but that's okay. And we need that. We need that outside, whatever, to kind of mess with you a little bit. I might even have a video where I've got my kids sitting on the playhouse screaming and hollering while I'm sitting there shooting and stuff. Whatever it takes, guys, to overcome this stuff. And I'm so glad that I found that I was watching Elk Shape, and I found that series with Joel Turner on there, because they had their elk, I guess, I can't remember what they call it. Anyway, it's their big thing they do every year. But elk camp or something like that. Anyway, so stay tuned. Next time you see me, it's going to be outside shooting the bow, and you'll see some shot sequences and stuff, and we'll go from there. All right. And yes, I will talk to myself. And that's the one thing I noticed too. Talking to myself, even aloud, even if it's just a whisper, it does something in my brain and it gets me going. So is that going to cause problems with deer? No, because I was talking to my son Grayson when he shot his first deer. Deer had never even heard me. So I know what I'm doing. Don't judge me. Just help. If you have any helpful tips, let me know. All right, see you outside. All right, Ground Roots Outdoors, it's the next day. We had some stuff happen yesterday, good stuff, so I had to cut out on the video. However, I told you guys I was going to kind of show you what I'm doing to kind of go through my shot sequence and find your target, take a picture of the target, and then worry about squeezing the trigger. Okay, so let me get my bow. Now the problem is I still have a tendency to punch my trigger, but at least it's not near as bad as it was. And of course, the more you work on it, the better it gets. So here we go. Get that finger in there deep, take my picture. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. Wow. The whole thing is you're squeezing until basically till the shot goes off. So, and that's awesome. I mean, first shot and I hit bullseye, so, or pretty darn close. All right, so get your picture. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. Nice. Let's go take a look. Now, again, like I said, I had been at a point in my archery where, guys, I couldn't even hit the bullseye, literally, and couldn't hit bullseye, couldn't hit bullseye. I was moving it around like crazy. And so the fact that this right here that you're about to see, this is good for me considering what I was doing. So check this out. Look at that. Now, a lot of you guys would be saying at 20 yards, well, that's terrible. Your group should be better than that. If you saw where I was shooting to where I'm at now, that's a miracle. So, hang in there. All right, y'all, we're back, and now we're back in the garage. I only shot a couple shots. I don't have a lot of time, but one, how to defeat target panic is one, you've got to shoot. You've got to shoot. You've got to train yourself. And like I said, you need to watch some videos. You need to do those things like I did. I watched Elk Shape, and that's when I found Joel Turner. And then I found out Joel Turner is the one that helped out Joe Rogan with his target panic. And then come to find out, he's worked with, you know, Levi Morgan. He's worked with all kinds of big names in the industry. And if you know anything about Joel Turner, his son, Brody, I think is his name, is out there at 16 years old, 15, 16, 17 years old, and he's dominating the archery world. So I think this guy knows what he's talking about. And I love that mentality. Find your target, acquire your target, take a picture or run it in your head like a movie, and stop worrying about your target. Because when you start thinking about your trigger, squeeze, 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 and you want to go slow, just squeeze, 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 and you are in control. That's the beautiful thing. You're in control now. Not the arrow, not the target. You're in control. And you just squeeze, 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 squeeze until that trigger pops off. Okay, and it surprises you. It literally surprises you. And you did see, I still kind of have a little bit of a slap, but it's nothing like it was, dude. I mean, as Don, or whatever his name is from Elk Shape, he calls it rattlesnaking, because you know how rattlesnakes, they bite you. And so that's kind of, you know, I like that term, rattlesnaking. But anyway, y'all, hopefully you guys like what you see. Hit your thumbs up if you like what you see, and if you're not a subscriber, hit the subscribe button and the little bell for notifications. That way you get all my videos. Guys, this is a series of videos on how to cure that panic, that target panic, and I'm a real life person who's fighting target panic, and you get to take the ride with me. And already, guys, you saw that. I mean, I couldn't hit a target, could not hit a target, and to save me. now, I mean, my groups are still, you know, still a little bit off, but as Joel Turner said, and as the guys from Elk Shape said, they will start to tighten up because you're teaching yourself proper skills. You're taking control of your archery and you're not letting it control you. And that's how you defeat the target panic. And then there are some other things. I'm going to show you guys what they call blind bail shooting. It's where you basically set up a target and you step back about 5 feet from that target and you get your anchor and you find you get your pull, draw, hit your anchor, acquire your target, and then close your eyes and just squeeze, and it helps you to go through those fundamentals, and it helps you to do that. So hopefully, again, like I said, if you like what you see, hit your thumbs up. If you like what you see and you're not a subscriber, hit the subscribe button and a little bell for notifications. That way you get all the videos. Thank you again, guys. Love y'all. Stay tuned to the next video. Here we go.